Hello, good evening, and welcome to Wellness. Are you following the laws of health? Are you drinking your water? How many drank their water? 8-ounce glasses of water. Oh, I see some hands. That's wonderful. Well, tonight we're going to talk about another secret that's actually going to help you to live longer, healthier, and happier. I know you guessed that secret already, right? That secret is exercise. And exercise is a law of life. Look at these little children, these African children. They're exercising. So it doesn't matter how old you are, you can still exercise. And look how happy they look. And you can look happy too if you exercise. Exercise is an ancient prescription for abundant health right from the Garden of Eden. Did you know that? Genesis 2:15 says, "The Lord took the man and he put him in the garden to work it and to take care of it." So God intended for us to exercise right from the beginning of creation. And so we need daily exercise. Every day we should be exercising. But yet, what is the recommended amount of exercise? Well, the CDC says the bare minimum is 2.5 hours a week of moderate, intense exercise. That's only 30 minutes a day. But yet, look, most people don't get that even. CBS News reported from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and they linked physical inactivity to more than 5 million deaths worldwide per year. That's more than those that are caused by smoking. My friends, we need to exercise. And the survey revealed that only 20.6% of the people met the total recommended amounts of exercise. That means almost 80% of people around the world are not exercising even the minimum amount. So let's look at some hazards of inactivity. Heart disease. Last night, Dr. Chidi talked about that, and this is one of the remedies to reverse heart disease and cancer, and also another hazard, osteoporosis. I'm going to share with you my own experience of reversing osteoporosis, and then anxiety and depression. And of course, we can reverse diabetes, we learned from Dr. Chidi as well, if we just follow these laws of health. But look, the New York Times, January 27, 2018, reported in a headline, in Kenya and across Africa, there's an epidemic, an unexpected epidemic of obesity. Why in Africa? Because many Africans are eating more junk food, and much of it is imported. So don't go by the food that comes from the United States or Europe or other places, my friends in Africa, because it's not the best for us. Not Burger King and McDonald's and Kentucky Fried Chicken. This is not what is going to keep us healthy. And Africans are also getting much less exercise as millions of people abandon a more active farming life to crowd into large cities where they become more sedentary. And we want to get up on our feet and stand up and walk and exercise. And then many Kenyans and Africans used to walk miles a day to work or to school, but the road network has vastly improved, and it's now much, much easier, my friends, to travel via the bus, the minibus or cars or whatever. But we need to get out there and walk and exercise. And countless Kenyans and many Africans also use motorcycle taxis, which weren't even widely available even 10 years ago. So you can see how people are not getting as much exercise as we need. And then more affordable cars even. A wave of motorbike imports also mean that fewer Africans are walking to work. So you can see how a sedentary lifestyle is going to bring about obesity. And obesity brings about diabetes. And so one just falls right in back of the other. So my friends, let's try to exercise more. And Vincent Oliveira from Kenyatta University said, physical inactivity is hurting the health of the people in countries like Kenya. And so even health professionals are saying, look, let's get more exercise. Because, my friends, all around Africa tonight, wherever you are, if you want to feel better, if you want to be more energetic, if you want to reduce and even reverse these chronic diseases, and you want to live longer and happier, and then develop a good, regular exercise. Look at all those wonderful things that's going to happen to you. You're going to feel better. How many want to feel better? Yes, we all want to feel better. And you'll be more energetic. You'll be able to walk like me at 78 years old. I'm still walking and running and exercising and jumping my rope and all of those things. And you can actually reverse and reduce the risk of these chronic diseases. And best of all, you can live longer and happier. Exercise, my friends, has so many benefits. So many benefits. So let's look at the benefits. Well, first of all, exercise helps control your weight. And obesity is on the rise here in Africa and around the world. And in my country, it's really growing. So if you want to control your weight, then exercise more, because a lack of activity is the major cause of obesity. However, it's also tied to food and how much we eat and when we eat and all of those things as well. And we have an obesity problem around the world. In many countries, over 56% are overweight or obese. But that's not very good, more than half. But my friends, at least you're not as high as they are in my country. In the United States of America, it's up to 70% are either overweight or obese. So we have to do something about that, my friends. And exercise increases your muscle mass, raising your metabolic rate, enabling you to burn more fat. And so let's look at some ways you can burn that fat. In 30 minutes, you can burn fat by just doing these exercises. First, swimming. Women will burn 114 calories per 30 minutes, and men 144. And gardening, which is a wonderful exercise. Women can burn 126 calories, and men 150. And then brisk walking, which is the very best form of exercise. You can burn 165 calories, women, and men 195. And biking, I'm still biking. My husband is still biking. And that's so important. You can burn 177 calories, women, and 213 for men. So you can see how we need to probably eat less and exercise more if we are going to conquer that obesity problem. Number 2, exercise helps reduce the risk of chronic diseases. And you will see as we go on in our lectures night after night how you can reverse some of these diseases by these simple natural laws of health, which work around the world. And guidelines from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention demonstrates that regular exercise reduces the risk of developing major illnesses, my friends, such as heart disease, diabetes, and even certain cancers. So God's remedies are so important and so good. Exercise and physical activity deliver oxygen and nutrients to the tissues and help your cardiovascular system work more efficiently. So your whole body is going to work more efficiently when you exercise. And the International Agency for Research on Cancer says this: exercise decreases the risk of certain cancers such as breast cancer, colon cancer, and prostate cancer. And those are some of the top cancers that are plaguing people around the world. Cancer is the number 2 cause of death in America, and it is around the world as well. And the National Cancer Institute reported that physical activity is linked to a 50% lower risk of getting colon cancer. That's amazing, my friends, 50% less. And number 3, exercise helps reduce detrimental effects of stress and helps alleviate depression. So if you're feeling down, if there's someone here across Africa that's feeling depressed or down, just get out and exercise more. It's going to help. The Mayo Clinic, which is the Mayo Clinic is a medical school, very prestigious in the United States, and they say exercise in almost any form can act as a stress reliever. So you can actually have less stress when you exercise. Physical activity actually helps bump up the production of your brain's feel-good neurotransmitters called endorphins. And exercise pumps up your endorphins, and being active can actually boost your feel-good endorphins and distract you from your daily worries. And so, if you're feeling a little down, and I hope you're getting happy by drinking your water and doing some of these things that we're promoting here, that you'll even feel better. And Harvard Medical School study finds that the single most effective tool to battle depression is exercise. And the health section, Mail Online, May 17, 2017, out of the United Kingdom, says this: it's official. You can actually walk away your stress. And scientists discover how even a stroll can actually soothe the brain. It is amazing, just these simple things. And walking briskly or jogging activates soothing neurons in the brain. And these neurons help dull feelings of stress, anxiety, and even depression. It's amazing how God has created us to just simply exercise. And yes, scientists have found that going for a brisk walk or a jog really does calm people down by triggering nerve cells in the brain that relax the senses. So science is finding that this is true, that we need to exercise. Physical activity actually stimulates various brain chemicals that leaves you actually feeling happier. You want to feel happier? Get some more exercise. We need to get moving to manage that stress. We need to move and not be so sedentary. We need daily exercise. And look, the Bible says even a child shall lead them. Look at this little child who's getting his grandpa to go and exercise. You know what? We need to hang around some young people. I hang around a lot of young people. We have 3 children and 5 grandchildren, and I love hanging around them because they get me out there playing soccer with them, going on the trampoline, riding my bike, swimming. So we need to do a lot of hanging around with some young people and kids. Exercise helps reduce chronic pain. You know, the older you get, the more you have that chronic pain. And even I get that once in a while, but you know what? The more I exercise, the better I feel. And so we need to be exercising so that we can get rid of that chronic pain. And exercise helps boost your energy. You think you're going to have less energy? No, you're going to have more energy. And good news, my friends, exercise is going to build your immune system. We need a strong immune system in order to be healthy. And then good news, exercise helps build you physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Every aspect of life you can actually improve by exercise. And you'll feel so great, my friends, that you will think you have discovered the fountain of youth. I thought I had discovered a new fountain of youth when I ran my first marathon at 70 years old. And when I finished, after walking 20 and running, I did interval training so that I walk some, I run some, but I did 26.2 miles or 42 kilometers. I crossed the finish line and I felt great. Yes, and God blessed me because I was running with many experienced marathoners, and I even came in third in my age category. So the next year, here's my medal, here's my plaque. The next year I ran with my daughter, and I came in second, and I was 71 years old. Wow. My husband said to me, can you imagine what he said to me? He said, well, because I'm going to run at 79 this year, and then at 80, and he said, well, when my wife runs at 80, she'll come in first because she'll be the only one her age running. But I actually run with some experienced marathoners, but God bless me, it's a demonstration of the Adventist health message. Yes, but my friends, you don't have to run a marathon to be healthy. You just need to exercise. The reason I run the marathon is because I want to keep healthy myself, but I want to inspire you. I want to inspire others. Yes, and it keeps me motivated when I know I have to do a marathon. It keeps me motivated to get out there every day and exercise. Number 6, exercise helps strengthen the bones, actually reducing the risk of osteoporosis. And I know this is true because osteoporosis actually hits the most. It hits men and women today, even men, but it tends to hit white women who are small boned. That's me. And you know what? I started doing these exercises, weight-bearing exercises, and I'm on a plant-based diet. And you know what? I actually gained 10% bone mass. And that was after my DEXA scan and a professional test. So I know that you can do that. And then, young people, exercise helps improve your learning. If you want to get better grades in school, don't just study, exercise. Exercise is the single best thing you can do for your brain in terms of mood, memory, and learning. Exercise also, my friends, is one of God's ways of slowing down the progression of Alzheimer's disease. And Alzheimer's disease is growing around the world. The University of California conducted research with laboratory mice, and they discovered that exercise can actually slow down the progression of Alzheimer's. And so there's a lot of things with Alzheimer's. Also, you need to drink that water because when people get older, they tend not to drink the water, not to exercise, and then they wonder why Alzheimer's sets in. And so best of all, my friends, exercise slows down the aging process. You can't stop the aging process. Because of sin, we're all going to die if Jesus doesn't come soon. So you can't stop it, but you can slow it down. And maybe you need to hang around some young people to have you exercise because, look, I'm going to tell you about a study that they did on the centenarians. The Seventh-day Adventist Hospital in Florida actually did some filming on our centenarians. And they said, we want to know what has kept you so healthy for so long. You're 100 years old. And some said, well, you know, I eat my fruits and veggies just like my mother told me to. Another said, well, I exercise. Another said, well, I sleep good at night. Some others said, well, I'm drinking my water. They're doing all these things. Then they asked this one gentleman, tell me, what is it that keeps you living to 100? I understand you're a physician and you've done surgeries even with other physicians in your 90s. What is it? And he looked at that interviewer and he said, thought for a moment, and then he said, young man, I'll tell you one thing is for sure. You don't hang around old people. Well, he had a point because he's saying, look, hang around, spend time with younger people. Don't think of yourself as old, think of yourself as young, and get those young people to get you out. In my church, I have a lot of young people and kids and others that knock on my door and say, Miss Teeny, would you come out and play with us? Would you come out and exercise with us? I don't want to get old. I want to just live to that healthy 100 and until Jesus comes. And so exercise can slow down the aging process. So let's look at a few simple principles of exercise. Number one, exercise regularly. You'll have half the risk of the killer diseases as inactive people. You can't say, well, I feel like it today, but I don't feel like it tomorrow. So you have to exercise regularly. And make exercise a priority. Look at this wonderful family that's exercising together. The kids are leading the parents, and they're out there exercising. Make it a priority. So what kind of exercise? Well, there are 3 types: flexibility, stretching, strength building or lifting weights or hard physical labor, and aerobic, where you have that endurance of walking or jogging. And so you have 3 kinds. But walking, my friends, is the best. And it doesn't matter where you are, anywhere in Africa here, my friends, you can walk. It's the best exercise. And all you need is a good pair of walking shoes. You don't need a lot of equipment, just a good pair of walking shoes. And walk at least, my friends, 30 minutes a day. And in this exercise, all the organs of the body are brought into use. And so, exercise regularly is just as important as a good diet. Rain or shine, snow or blow, whatever the weather, get out and exercise. And then principle number 2 is to enjoy your exercise. Every day, get exercise in the sunshine and the fresh air. Exercise in nature. Here's my husband on his bicycle out there in nature, and I join him as well. So here's your prescription for today. Walk 30 to even 60 minutes every day. And then walk in the sunshine with your head erect, your shoulders back, and take those deep, deep breaths. It is so important. And so, my friends, you can exercise. You can do what God has designed us to do. And so, I think it is time to exercise. So let's stand up. I want you to stand up with me. Let's stand up and let's go. Let's exercise together. Let's exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now together. And wherever you are, Tanzania, my friends there, I was there with you not long ago. Get up there and exercise. Come on. I want you to exercise right there where you're watching. Now let's start a little walk. Let's walk a little bit. All right, come on. Let's walk a little faster. All right. All right. Let's get a little arm exercise. Come on. Let's walk a little faster. All right, now let's jog a little bit. All right, now I want you to jump some rope. Let's jump that rope. You're jumping that rope, you're doing good. All right, proud of you. Now let's jump backwards. Let's jump backwards. Come on, you're doing great. You're doing awesome. All right, now I want you to just put your hands on your waist. I want you to slow down, and cool down is also important. So I want you to cool down walk slowly. I want you to put your hands down, and I want to shake them a little bit. And then I want you to take that deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Relax and get ready for family life. May God bless you as you choose God's way. It's the best way.